Hey everybody, we have some important news we'd like to share. First, Lance has decided to move on from Disciples Outpost. He is moving back to the United States where he plans to work construction in order to fund his filmmaking dreams. He has been such an instrumental team member in helping us keep everyone informed, and he is going to be missed. Keep a lookout for future films directed by Lance Brown. He won't be without our presence for long, however. In light of many different reasons that I'm going to do my best to summarize, we have decided to move back to the United States in May for a season. This will be our 2.5-year mark since we left the United States, and our lives have been non-stop ever since. It is definitely time for a furlough. In the last quarter of 2020, we began a process to look forward in order to see where God is taking Disciples Outpost in the future. It seems that many of the decisions that we have made up to this point, although we can clearly see God's hand in them, have been reactionary. Our board members are not only friends and brothers in Christ, but they genuinely care about the advancement of God's kingdom and the well-being of our family. It was at their request that I began to consider what the future might look like. Amy and I and our board members took a survey together. We conducted a different survey among those that had been impacted by our ministry over the years. These results were very encouraging and pointed out some specific areas of focus. These included expository preaching, Bible studies in small groups, counseling, one-on-one relationships, music and worship, and all of these with a focus on ministry in English to the third culture communities. And the last one, being on the move. The focus on English-speaking third culture stems from a pattern that we have seen in every country that we have served. In Haiti, I served as the English-speaking pastor for the Mission of Hope International Church. And also in Haiti, City on a Hill Fellowship, which was an English-speaking expat church. In Slovenia, I served as the pastor of the International Church of Ljubljana, where I was a pastor, English-speaking, with a focus on the third culture community. And here in France, with the International Christian Community of Marseille, I'm the outreach pastor for English-speaking third culture students. After much prayer and consideration of what these results were leading us to, it is our decision to return to the U.S., rest for a period, and then begin building a team to plant an international English-speaking church after the team is assembled and trained. There are many locations we are considering, but we want to take our time in order to best match the gifts of the team with the location and needs. As we move forward though, there's two distinctives that will uniquely identify our focus. And these are going to be the methods by which we minister to the marginalized and the way in which we care for victims of abuse. The church must be an environment where abuse is unlikely to take place and a place that is equipped to receive those that have been victims of abuse.
The reason that we have chosen to act now on this decision is primarily due to current effects of the pandemic. Our local ministry here in Marseille has mostly been halted due to French restrictions, and our current visa will allow us to only stay until June. Our apartment contract expires in May. We spent 4 months of 2020 in strict quarantine, and 2021 does not look much more hopeful. France has been difficult for us financially, and we want to be proactive so that we don't end up in a financial crisis. After observing the situation here in Marseille, it is unlikely that we would return to France in order to continue ministry. There are many other countries that provide a better fit for a third culture English-speaking church that currently have a need.
Me and Anna will be 17 in April. This was taken into consideration as we will be moving into adulthood. This helped make the decision with moving back home as me and Anna plan to get driver's license and summer jobs.
As always, please reach out with any questions or comments that you might have. Your prayers and support are invaluable. I believe that we have a bright future together, and I am hopeful that everything up to this point has been preparation for what lies ahead. So journey with us into this next chapter of ministry.
Journey with us!